Neil told some great stories, and I told some too, and I didn't want you to lose out on the chance to experience those, but I also didn't want to overextend my stay in your podcast app. So this episode picks up with some of those additional stories, outtakes, etc. This is something that is available to all of our paying subscribers here on Substack. If you would like to participate in this, just hit that subscribe button and you will automatically receive this bonus content as well as other bonus content that I regularly or irregularly produce. Thanks so much. Let's get on with it.
I'll give you an example. I had the wonderful experience of, I was talking to a friend about how life doesn't come with theme music. You're not going to hear trumpets when you meet the love of your life. And he goes, no, in his case, it did happen.
What?
That there were trumpets. And then he told me the story about how he and his future wife were both colleagues in a company, and they had been sent on a business trip. And the two of them had never been romantically involved. She never expressed any interest in him. And so it was very businesslike. But there was this moment when they were traveling through the Calgary airport on the way to another airport, and they were going to miss their connection because their flight had been delayed. And not only that, but they were going to a meeting in the States, which meant they had to go through customs. So it was going to be, reaching the flight was going to take barriers. Well, what ultimately happened was he looked at his watch and he thought, it's going to take us, we're only going to have 6 minutes and we're going to have to cover 3/4 of a mile. So we would have to do this at a full run. And he says, I don't think we're going to make it. And so in his defeatism, he says, I don't think we're going to make it. She looks at him like he's scum. And she says, well, whether we make it or not, we're sure going to try.
Oh.
And when they pop that hatch, you hit the gas and we are going to hoof it to that gate come hell or high water. So he's looking at her going, okay. Oh, all right. Well, so just as she predicted, Ben, they open the door and it's full run. And he's shocked. She is matching him stride for stride. So they're running through the airport. And all of a sudden, about halfway to the gate, there is a bar playing the movie Rocky. And the Rocky music is playing. And it's kind of matching their strides, and as he's running along, he hears this music and he looks over at her determined face. And he's thinking, I don't even care if we make this plane. All I want to do is just not disappoint this woman. That's all I want. And in that moment, he realizes, oh my God, I'm kind of crushing on this gal just because, what would it be like to have this as a spouse? That would be amazing, So they get to the plane, they make it just barely. 15 seconds to spare. They're sitting in the seats, both of them completely winded. And in shortness of breath, he goes, do you have a boyfriend?
If you'd like to hear the rest of the story, as Paul Harvey used to put it, then simply hit that subscribe button here on Substack. Love to have you as a paying member and give you all sorts of additional bonus content for your listening and reading pleasure. Thanks so much for being here on Timeless Leadership.